even like I look at some of, the biggest losses, in my football career, I'm okay with those games. I know we didn't play the best, but you know what? It wasn't because I wasn't trying to be my best, and it wasn't because I didn't prepare to be my best. Even losing, these big Super Bowl games, which, everyone's watching, the whole world's watching, it was because they just played better than we did on that day, and it wasn't because I was out prepared.
Yeah. So how are you taking losses in life and then turning them into a positive experience? Sometimes you get a loss and it beats you down.
Yeah.
And it's hard to move past them, but you've been through tough losses. We've all seen it.
Yeah.
How are you taking those things and turning them into something positive?
It's a challenge, and again, at different parts of your life, you deal with different things. Different parts of your life, you're dealing with different adversities and challenges. And again, like the parents, whether it's my age or people older than me, they don't have it all figured out, and nobody's life's perfect. My friend said in a graduation speech, my friend Jimmy said, perfect leaves, right when you leave high school and you go to college. You think life's pretty perfect at that point because you didn't have a lot of responsibility. Now you got a little freedom, and life gets challenging. You have responsibilities. You have things you got to live up to. You got things you got to show up for. So, as I've gotten older, I realize that I count my blessings, and I realize how blessed I am for the life I have, for the people that are in my life, for all the different things that I've been able to experience, and I appreciate the good things. And sometimes you get dealt things in life that aren't exactly the way you wanted or the way you planned, but you just got to learn from it, and you got to really sit back and try to take inventory about understanding, okay, why didn't that go the way I wanted it to go? Why didn't that end result finish exactly the way I wanted? And how, if I am in a situation again like that, what can I do to make it the best I possibly can? And I think that's how I've tried to approach my life as I've gotten older too, And I'm sure as I go on in life, things are going to be challenging with different parts of life, business, family, personal situations. Life is just, we're never finished products, man. I have a guy that I talk to, and he says, if you wake up in the morning, everything else is manageable. And life is manageable if you wake up in the morning. If you don't wake up in the morning, then it's over anyway. So what's the difference?
One of the most underrated blessings.
Yeah, just getting up and then saying, heck, all right, how can I approach the day? Go look at that man in the mirror and say, all right, what do I got to do today to try to make my life a little bit better for myself and for the people around me?
Yeah. So what is it now that you're excited to learn? Like, what are you currently learning? I'm sure you know how to be a great quarterback. We see it, but what is exciting you right now to learn about?
So I have a lot of, I would say, trying to, there's a lot of different things. I mean, how long we got here today? How much hair are you going to cut?
Not much. So you tell me.
I got a lot of, say, work things I like doing. There's a lot of sports business I'm interested in. I'm going to be a broadcaster for Fox next year.
Yeah, we're ready.
I know.
We're ready. The world's ready.
I know. I love that. I love having this challenge to try something different in my life that's going to challenge me in a lot of different ways. I'm involved in a lot of sports businesses, involved in the NFL quite a bit, and involved in soccer team, a car racing team, a boat racing team, women's basketball, pickleball team, and I have some other businesses involved. I love being involved in Noble, and again, trying to change people's lives through this amazing mentality that has allowed me to reach my potential. And again, I think it is for everyone. It's, whatever people choose to do in their life, how do they approach it and maximize it? That's really what it is. You don't need to be an athlete. You don't need to be a businessman. You don't need to be, whatever you find that you love to do. Where's the blessing in my life? I found something I love to do, and that was to, I'm sure a lot like what you're doing now. These are days you look forward to. You wake up and you jump out of bed and you're thinking, man, I get to go do something I love to do. I mean, that's the blessing of life. It's to have these days where it doesn't feel like work. It feels like it's what you want to, where you want to be at anyway.
Yeah,
so
true.
Yeah, that's how I've had a lot of years like that, and that's what I want for my kids too.
Yeah.
I want them to find something they love to do. And I always tell them that. I don't give a fuck what you do. Just make sure you love it so that you're gonna work harder. If you work harder, you're gonna be good at it. If you're good at it, I'm sure you're gonna find someone that's gonna pay you for it. And that's, rather than slave away at something you really don't love doing, or you have a backup plan, or you have something that you're committed to that maybe you don't love quite as much. So I love being around people that are like you, that are down for the hustle, that are down to make it happen.
Thank you, bro. We're gonna take a quick break from this episode to thank Noble. My name is Vic Blends, and today I'm shooting Deep Cut with Tom Brady, but I'm also rocking my Noble all days. They keep up with me while I'm in the gym getting my workout in, but they also keep up with me while I'm doing my work and doing what I love to do. So remember, show up for yourself so you can show up for others. Noble all day, show up all damn day. So what have you been seeing your kids pick up from you? Like how are they different?
Oh, they're all different. They're all different. They're way better than me. I mean, my oldest son, Jack, he's an amazing young man, straight A's, handles himself so well in groups of people. I see him and I'm like, God, he's 16. I'm like, how are you so mature? Lives in New York City, puts his heart and soul into everything he does. I mean, he blows me away with who he is. And my son, Benny, is really coming into his own at 14 years old. Started out, and since he's been in school this year in 8th grade, I've seen him flourish with his friends and seeing him flourish in school with his counselors and seeing him kind of develop into this young man. Sports, he's starting to play sports, which has been really fun to watch him and come out there at night and do a lot of things I would say my dad did with me, where my dad would say, hey, Tommy, you want to be a better baseball, let's go up and I'll hit you ground balls. And I think for now I'm like, all right, Benny, come on. He wants to go outside and play catch, and we run routes and he catches the ball and he played tight end this year. And just seeing him grow into the young man that he is, and he blows me away with his heart. He's a boy that has the most beautiful heart. Comes in, gives everyone the biggest hug, so grateful and appreciative of everyone. Just the most amazing young man. Then my daughter Vivi, who's 11, I always tell her she's number one, and sweetest little girl. And she's just left yesterday to go on a trip with her mom, and just gave me a big hug and told me she loved me. And that's all you need from a dad right there when your daughter does that. So. Yeah. She's something special. So anyway, these kids teach me a lot, and I'm sure your dad would say this to you, but it's not, as a parent, what you can teach your kids, it's really what they teach you. And, the different things look at the experiences your dad is seeing and probably learning from you just by you doing something you love to do. It's not what you can learn from your parents, it's what your parents can learn from you and the things they bring out in you that they didn't even know they saw. And I think that's why they love their children so much, because parents get to see their children and they see them and they love them so much and they go, wow, I never had any idea that life could be like this, but my children brought that out of me. Pretty amazing. Really you get to be amazing. A dad someday. Now you got to find a young, beautiful woman that's going to,
hey, man, I'm open. I'm out here. Look,
family.
I'm out here, man. So, I'm waiting on it, man. But now I can't wait to be a dad. I honestly think it's going to be the highlight of my life.
Yeah.
I could wait a little bit, but I can't wait. Like my dad is my hero. He's my inspiration. So, I can't wait just to get my own chance to do so.
Yeah.
So, how does it feel? Not only for your kids, man, but you're in retirement now, kind of, but you got more time for everybody in your life.
Yeah.
You got sisters, you got nieces, nephews, you're also Uncle Tom.
Yeah.
I'm Uncle Vic.
Yeah.
I know kids, but I got a couple of beautiful nieces, man. So just how's the family environment been?
It's amazing, because you have, we're on a family chat every day where we share messages and share, from all the different things. I have a niece my oldest niece is one of the best college softball players in the country. Ooh. Plays for UCLA. They're having a great season. But she's just an amazing young woman. I have niece and nephews. My niece Hannah, she's Maya's sister, and Jordan and Zach and Jeremy, and then Ryan and Jake, and then my kids. So we have a great, tight family group that shares things all the time, because families, families always there. If you're blessed to be in a great family, it's provide you so much grounding. Mm-hmm. So I try to be, the funkle, the fun uncle. So I try to have a good time with my nieces and nephews. I don't know what they'd say about that, but
probably the best funkle out there.
I know we have a good time, and I feel like, again, going back to sports a little bit, all the amazing experiences that our families have because of sports, and I don't give a fuck. I'm not talking about just as a professional. When I was a kid, man, we fucking go to softball games with my nieces. We'd be down there on the field, and I was 10 years old out there at the ballpark, eating, chocolate malts and, toaster pizzas. That was my childhood growing up. And then after the games, we'd win and go out there and follow my sisters around. And
man, from from you, of course, like we're Patriots fans. We grew up Patriots fans. So some of my best memories in the world has been watching you light it up on the field with my dad.
Yeah.
Like no matter what was going on, no matter how hard life could have been in that moment, we could always look forward to Sunday seeing Tom Brady play. And I'll never forget when you beat the Falcons, we were down at half. Dad is in the back, going through it, and I'm, just sitting there. I got Patriots everything on, hat, shoes, pants, everything. And I remember my dad saying, like, man, if they win, fuck it, we'll drive to Boston the next day for the parade. 9-10 hours straight.
Wow.
So I'm like, damn, man, that would be cool to go see my grandma and my uncles. And, hey, God made it happen, and you came through and won.